Alright, what's up guys, this is Aracia. I'm bringing you a little test duel. This is the Geargia, Machina Geargia deck that I built. And, this is just a little view of the deck in action. I started with a pretty weird hand. I mean, I got Gear Town, Geargia Armor, Machina Fortress, Monster Reborn, and my own, and both copies of Iron Call that I have in this deck. Now, the reason my opponent is doing this is because I was lagging like really bad at the time, and I don't blame him because it really took a long time to actually make that move. And again, my internet is kind of sucky, so yeah. Alright, so basically, I set Geargia Armor, so if it flips face up, I'll add Geargia Arsenal to my hand. And he blind MSTs my field spell, which is Gear Town, and so I special summon my Gadget Dragon. And by the way, my opponent is using a weird Chaos Dragon deck that use some cards I've never seen. I've never actually that Chaos Dragons don't really use, and you're about to see one of them in a second. Alright, so summons Eclipse Wyvern, attacks into Gadget Dragon, and there it is, Honest. Now, I was not expecting that, but as soon as he declared the attack on Gadget Dragon, I automatically assumed Honest right off the bat. But yeah, Gadget Dragon's gone, and basically just left my field pretty full, pretty alright. So I draw Scrap Recycler, and actually I want to take those out and put in 2 Geargia, which I actually already did. This is the vid before I did the changes. So I mean, the deck works a lot better now, but this is how the deck functioned before. So I flip summon Geargia Armor, I play the effect, and again you got some more lag. So it's like my internet was like really terrible tonight. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but tonight it was horrible. Well, at least my internet doesn't really affect my my recording and my editing software, so you see it as in regular time, not with all the lag. So at least I'm grateful for that. So I add a Geargia XL to my hand for my deck via Geargia Armor. Next, I special summon Geargia XL, and that sets me up for rank 4. Next, I normal summon Machina Gearframe, play the effect, and search out Machina Fortress. Now, after I do that, I mean, keep in mind I got Monster Reborn and 2 Iron Claws. Basically, I can go ballistic this turn. Dude's got no back row. He already used Honest. You can only have 1 Honest. I mean, unless he's sitting on Gores, then I got nothing to worry about. So at this point, I'm thinking, doing some math, calculating, seeing how much damage I can do, because I was actually going for an OTK. And so I kept going through all the scenarios in my head, all the options, what I could do, what I couldn't do, what would be the best option. And I mean, let me tell you, it was a lot of thinking. You really have to know what these cards do. I had a pretty good idea of what each card could do, the abilities of it. But there are a few combos and a few card effects and rulings that I'm not too sure about. I have to look into them more. But going off of this duel, basically I was just going off of what I knew and what I assumed. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, so basically I was thinking, I play the Monster Reborn, that will get me Gadget Dragon. Discard Scrap Recycler and Machina Fortress, that'll give me Machina Fortress. Now I keep going through my head, the damage reductions. So I'm trying to, and remember, thanks to the new Geargia Xyz monster, thank God that that thing exists, or is going to exist, because that really gives the extra edge. So again, I'm going through the numbers, and I admit it takes me a little while to figure out all the combo of what I was gonna do. So that's why I haven't really done anything for a while. Like going over the effects, okay, this can do that, this can special summon itself. I've got this in my deck, I've got that in my deck, I can SS this, I can SS that. Alright, so I finally decided that, okay, I'm gonna try and go for Giganto X to search out Geargias and such, to try and keep the swarm going, keep the Xyz going. So alright, and this, after I figured out everything, this is where I start putting my plan into motion, trying to go for the OTK. So basically I overlay my two, well, at first I tried to overlay my two Geargia, but then I was like, okay, I messed up already, because I can't SS Geargia Cell without a Geargia on the field, and Giganto does not count as a Geargia, because, well, the spelling has to be Geargia. It can't be Geargi. It can't be Geargi, it has to be Geargia. So the A does matter, and it sucks if they made it like that, but it does. But that's how it is. So I had to keep Machina Fortress alive for Iron Call, because I wanted. Oh, sorry about that, man. I'm tired. Because I wanted to be able to keep using it. So I used Giganto to search out Geargia Cell. I accessed Geargia Cell, and now I overlay a Geargia Cell with, I believe, the gear frame in my graveyard. I believe I played Iron Call, one Iron Call to get gear frame back. I believe that's what I did. And yeah, that's what I did. I played Iron Call, got gear frame back, overlaid Geargia Cell and gear frame to go into my second Giganto, and then searched out a Geargia, I forget which one, but we're about to find out anyway. So basically, yeah. So as is the gear frame, now I overlay into the second Giganto X, and I only run 2 because I don't think 2 is necessary. I mean, you need the other slots for different monsters. I still have to edit my extra deck that I just remembered that just now, to include like Vylon Disigma and Shock Ruler, because as you can see, it's really easy to triple overlay into a rank 4 with Geargias. So I activate the second Geargia, I get Geargia Arsenal, which is a very good card. And then I discard the Machina Fortress plus, I believe, Scrap Recycler. If I'm not mistaken, it is Scrap Recycler. I'm thinking, yeah, I think it is Scrap Recycler, because I didn't think it was very useful. Yep. And SS Fortress, and then Reborn SS is my Gadget Dragon. And my friend PMs me about a quick test duel and such. And now I enter my battle phase, and basically I OTK. At least so. Geargia has the potential to swarm. They can put three boss monsters on the field relatively fast in one turn, so they can really go through the deck. They search out each other fairly easily. Now, once I figure out the rulings behind Iron Call, Geargia, if they work the way I think they work, where their effect is no longer negated if you tribute them for the cost to play the effect, then I believe I'll be able to use them even better. But if their ruling is the same as Debris Dragon and Black Salvo, then, well, what are you gonna do? But I believe it should be different, because Black Salvo and Debris Dragon, they negate the effects completely, but Iron Call only negates the effects on the field. So I assume that effects that result in the graveyard should still be usable. So, well, there you go. I did the OTK. Basically, I go for a rematch, but I end up getting disconnected, and it sucks. Again, my internet is really sucky. I mean, it's like really, really bad. So basically, that was my Geargia deck in action. That was a little demonstration of how it works. Some of the combos, that was the OTK right there, but that is how it swarms usually. Iron Call is like really helpful in this deck. I mean, it's unbelievable. Alright, so let me know what you guys think about the deck. Comment, and see you later.